For a magician to do a coin vanish that results in 2 empty hands, then that is awesome. Especially if you can make that coin come back at a moment's notice. This is the Himber Vanish, and okay, the Himber Vanish is one of the coolest, most deceptive coin vanishes of all time. But if you can immediately follow it up with the Goshman Pinch, which is one of the coolest empty-handed ways to hide a coin, then that is a double win. I am going to show you both of these things. These are creative life skills. Let's do it.
Creative life skills will help you be creative if you do them. Creative life skills will make you a more interesting human.
Okay, so 2 moves today. There's the Himber Vanish, which was created by magician Richard Himber, and the Goshman Pinch, which was created by a guy named Albert Goshman. Okay, I gotta tell you, I do the Himber Vanish kind of wrong. There's a lot of sources on YouTube that are teaching the Himber Vanish, and I'm gonna be doing it a little different than all of those guys. I am a magician who has really dry hands. Not like chappy, sore hands, but there's just no moisture here. So I have a big difficulty doing the Himber Vanish normally. I'm going to teach you my version, and that's kind of how I stumbled onto making it go right into the Goshman Pinch. So first things first, I'm going to walk you through the Pete way to do the Himber Vanish. Here it is. Okay, so I'm working with silver dollar size coins here. These are 1.5 inches in diameter. But the idea here is you want to get used to just dropping the coin into your hand. This is the first step. This is the first thing to learn. And it's doing a half revolution. So if I start out with the heads on top or facing me, once I drop it, it's going to be the tail side facing me. Okay, so now tails are facing me. I drop it down, and now it's the head side. So a 1/2 revolution, just like that. Whoop, whoop. Okay, now the sneaky part is that when you bring this hand up, this is what creates the cover for this. Okay, we were here. This is what the audience sees. As soon as the hand goes up here, doink, I'm kind of extending my pinky like that. This is what's going to catch, or at least get under, the coin. Okay, so now we're in this position. It's just under the coin. Like so. So again, I drop it. It's hard to do with this hand flat, but I'll curve this up so you can see. That's what happens. So I'm just dropping the coin down so that this finger is under there, just like that. Now, the real way to do a Himber Vanish is to let it go like that. Now, again, too, I do not have the sticky digits, so you're supposed to be able to go like this and then move it into your hand and then close this and it's done. But because my fingers are dry, necessity is the mother of invention. And so I do it a different way. So I plop it down on like this. And now what happens is I take this and flip it up onto the backs of my other fingers. So again, Himber, boink, lands like this. Now what I do is I go shoing, and guess what this is? This is Goshman Pinch. So, okay, let me go now. Maybe now is the best time for me to go into Goshman Pinch. Goshman Pinch is a coin utility that is usually used with way smaller coins. It's really easy to do Goshman Pinch with a quarter or even with a $50 like a Kennedy, but it's harder to do it with a dollar size coin. But with this move, it's sort of like it's easy. So up it goes. So now essentially I'm kind of, a back palm would look like this where I'm using my pinky and my index. Back palms are a little hard to hide coins, but the Goshman is great. So the Goshman Pinch essentially is a way to get into Goshman is you go like this. You put the coin on your backside of the backside. You put the coin on your backside. You put the coin on the backside of your fingers. And then when you open your hand, you know, you don't want to display this forever because, you know, some people might think that this looks a little fishy. But for a short period of time, this is the view. This is what you've got. And you're trying to use, basically, you know, it sort of makes sense to make these three fingers, your index, middle, and ring, to kind of maybe curtain back a little bit like that. And the more open you can display it, the better. But this is the Goshman Pinch. The traditional way, again, to get into it is like this. I'll slow that way down. So you've got the coin in just a thumb and index display. You fold it onto the backs of these fingers, and now you use your pinky to clip it hard. This is going to take a little bit of muscle building, okay? So you are really applying quite a lot of pressure, and I have spent a lot of time walking down halls or just walking down the street, mashing my finger, my pinky, against the back of my ring finger like this. Just mashing it on there so that I'm building up these muscles, basically these muscles here, and actually I can feel it right on the backs of my ring, the back of my ring finger muscles here. I'm sure there's a name for these. I don't know it, but this is Goshman Pinch. So what I have ended up kind of doing by accident is when I do my Himber, it goes onto my finger like this. I put the coin, now this happened, this is not great. You want to get it so that the coin is just barely being clipped by your pinky. So it's not this, you know, you don't want it to see, because now that doesn't hide anything. You know, you want it to hide something. So the idea is you're just basically putting this pinky covering, you know, is it even a 1/4 inch? You know, it's just that much, like so. And so with the Himber thing, you're going like this and flipping it up, and I'm in the same position. So now you can't see any metal peeking through here. You're just using the fleshy part of your pinky to mash the coin onto the back of your fingers like this. Again, too, this would be a back palm, but this has windows that you don't want. So the Goshman Pinch is better. So that's starting from the beginning. The Himber, dropping it down like this, flipping it back up into Goshman, and then what's great is I can curl these fingers and point to my empty hand. So when I pull this hand away, I'm like this. So this hand goes away. I drop it to the side where I can then raise it again. And a lot of times I raise it into this position. Because then, once I make this disappear, then I can go like this. And then I drop my hands to the side where I'm allowed to slide the coin back down into finger palm. So I'm like this to get it back into finger palm. It's just the reverse motion. So I'm just like that. Okay, so I'm in Goshman, slip out of Goshman, now into finger palm. If I wanted to, could put it into classic palm. Okay, so I wanted to change the camera angle just in case things were as clear as mud. Here, if I've got my pinky extend, so I'm bringing the hand up like this. The pinky is not extended yet. Once I bring this hand into play, then this pinky goes out. Now remember, the coin only does a half rotation. Okay, so there it is. I can kick it up into the Goshman position. I can use my thumb to help guide it while I'm pointing. This is a great way to mask a coin, you know, and if you want, as long as these knuckles are past the coin, the audience doesn't see it. There's nothing to see. They might see something like that. You know, there it is, yeah. But if I've got it safely back there, look, it's gone. There's nothing to see. Okay, so now I can take this hand out, and then of course you want to do your crazy, you know, vanishy move just like that to make it look magical, and that's how you make it disappear. Okay, is this making any kind of sense? We're going to start from the beginning here. Okay, I'm going to take the coin, extend my pinky, drop it onto my pinky where I'm kicking it up into the Goshman position, and this I can use my thumb to position it any way I want to. If I want to move it forward or backwards, doesn't matter. But now, look, it's out of sight. Mostly, you know, and the thing is, I've got this. Whenever you're pointing at something, the audience's inclination is to look at what is being pointed at. So if I'm pointing at this hand while I'm bringing it, now I can bring this hand down safely. No one will look at it, you know, as I'm in Goshman, and then I just swing it up. Here it is. I just swing it up, and I just let that hand sit out there, because it just sort of looks like I'm in, vanish position. So now I make this coin disappear. I make both hands go up like this. And that just looks like empty hands to everybody. You know, if I wanted to ditch this coin, I could ditch it. It's completely gone. Or if I wanted to bring it back, I can. I can do whatever I want with the coin. But it's so deceptive. I find that if I just do this, once I bring this back, like say behind a kid's ear or something like that, people go bananas. It's such a convincer to have your two hands open like this that people are already fooled. So that's pretty much it. Again, I sort of had to invent it this way for me because of my hands. I have really dry hands. But if you've got better ways to do something and you want to make some comments in the comment section, please, chime in. But anyways, this has been a creative life skill, you guys. My name's Pete. You're watching Hey Pete, It's a Creative Life. If you liked this video, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Man, maybe even share it. That would be cool too. Or even subscribe to the channel. That would be doubly awesome. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later.